You animals wanted this. You wanted trades. You wanted Drew to be able to trade up, trade down. You wanted him to be able to do everything. And now we're going to let him. We're going to do right now a 3-round New York Jets mock draft. And you may say, well, 3 rounds. The Jets don't have a 3rd-round pick. They don't have a 3rd-round pick yet. This mock draft will include trades with our draft expert. And folks, this is the official debut of the brand new Boy Green intro that's been worked on behind the scenes for months, years maybe. It's been worked on for a long time. So enjoy this. The new intro, a new era of Boy Green Daily starts now.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Wow! Boy Green Daily, Daily.
We're talking just football now.
Boy Green Daily, Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, just football with Boy Green. Jets. Let's go!
Oh, yeah, baby. That fired me up. I've listened to that like a million times since that was finished being made last night. A new era. Let us know how you feel about it. It also is on our main YouTube page. When you just come in, it's labeled Boy Green 2026 intro. And hell, we might play it halfway through the show. So shout out. 2 big shout outs. Gator, who worked on that behind the scenes, and Hep, who recorded new music in the studio for that. So, Wait, is there like an applause button? Yeah, there should be an applause button. Here we go. Thank you very much. All right, and let's do that applause again because we've got my favorite NFL draft expert in the Milky Way galaxy, which is a pretty big place. He is at Iron City Film. His name is Drew Beatty, and he joins us right now as he's joined us all season long. Oh, reliable. Joining us here on the program. What's up, Drew?
Morning, Paul. How we doing?
I'm good. By the way, what'd you think of that intro?
I loved it. It's the first time I've seen something new since I've been here on the show. Been a little over a year now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. Always time for a change. It's a fun new era.
Okay, it's a fun, but we still got Drew Beatty. So thank God I was able to work that out in the trade. I retained on that. We were able to retain. There's a lot of calls for you, Drew. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of calls for you, but we made sure we locked that down. And look at it, some potential bribery, which again I can only respect here on the channel. Before you do a 3-round mock draft, Tank for Ty is jumping into the action with a gifting membership, which is very nice. Folks, make sure you stuff the ballot box. We only have 2 days left in our contest, of course. It's through each month, so we have through tomorrow, the 31st. So keep an eye on that throughout the rest of the program. So appreciate that. Tank for Ty getting some name action here on the program. And there's been a lot of buzz for the Jets and Ty Simpson recently, so appreciate you, Tank for Ty. By the way, that is your 5th raffle ticket so far this month, buddy. So appreciate you. All right, Drew, so here's how it's going to work. We've been teasing this for some time about you having the ability to do trades and to move and groove as you please. By the way, that membership went to God Spacemaker 1. You are now a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out for Tank for Ty. Appreciate that. But we've been talking about this for a while. Thank you, Ty. You're the best, baby. Drew, we've been talking about this for a while, where you would get to do trades, move up, move down, do whatever the hell you want. You're the boss. You're the head honcho. You're the head of the table. You're the tribal chief, the face that runs the place. Okay, you're this guy. And now you're going to get a chance to do it. So, Drew, this is up to you. We will use the PFF mock draft simulator. And as I told you off air, they changed the exact thing that we talked about on your last mock about 3 seconds after you finished said mock. So that was interesting timing on the folks over at Pro Football Focus. Thank you so much. So another new thing will not just be the intro. It will be the PFF board, which apparently is supposed to be more predictive. There's 2 choices, the PFF big board, and then again, Trevor Sikkema's big board, which is influenced obviously by his rankings. This one we chose not to be influenced by his rankings. So again, it should be more predictive, not just what Trevor Sikkema thinks. So with that being said, Drew, are you ready to start this mock? Do you have any message to the fans before we rip the cord on this thing?
Not really. I'm somebody that I've mentioned before. I don't love doing trades in mocks just because I think that a lot of times they get really out of hand and unrealistic really quickly. So I'm going to do my best to stay as realistic as I can with these
Yeah.
trades.
Okay.
That might not always be the most fun thing, so I apologize for that in advance. There might not be any crazy Brian Thomas trades in the middle of this thing.
I see. Okay.
But I will do my best. It's always fun to have a little bit of fun with these trade downs, especially here towards the end of draft season. So yeah, I'm excited to dive into it.
Yeah, I like the more realistic stuff too, to be honest with you. Again, it's always fun to once in a while, let's break the rules and let's get crazy. But for the most part, I like them when they're realistic, and we could see realistically what could happen. Maybe this mock is exactly what's going to happen for the Jets. So without further ado, let's start this draft. And we'll start the draft. And Fernando Mendoza, of course, went number 1 overall. The Jets have the number 2 overall pick. Again, for our audio-only listeners, I will make sure for each pick I repeat the player's name, college they went to, their position, and I will keep you guys informed of this draft as we work our way through it. Again, this is a 3-round New York Jets mock draft. I'm aware the Jets currently don't have a 3rd-round pick, but who knows what kind of magic Drew Beatty could potentially make here in this draft. You've had a lot of mock drafts on this show this cycle, Drew. So what do you want to do with the number 2 overall pick?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the draft season, I hate to bore all of you guys because it's been the same, conversation between the same 2 players at 2 that it's been for the past month at least.
Okay.
But it's between David Bailey and Arvell Reese. Same thing that it has been for a while now.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, I would have expected by a couple of weeks ago, but especially by the end of March, that we would have seen a favorite kind of emerge for this spot. And I guess Arvell Reese has become the favorite. He's been the considerable betting favorite, at least throughout most of the process. But you've seen a pretty even split between like the big players mocks, like the Mel Kipers, the DJs, the Dane Bruglers, that kind of stuff. You've seen a pretty healthy split between Bailey picks and Reese picks here. So it kind of surprises me that we've seen that much variance at this pick between those 2. But at this point in the draft process, I'm still pretty convinced this is going to be Arvell Reese. I'd be surprised to see them go any other direction. I think Bailey will be in consideration, but I'd just be surprised to see Arvell Reese leave the top 2 here.
Okay, so real quick, let me ask you a question. Okay, I agree with you. I'm going to be at the draft, so I fully anticipate it being one of those guys with a strong lean towards Arvell Reese. If the Jets, you don't have to do this here. Obviously, it's your mock. You're making the decisions. If the Jets were to surprise and we went, whoa, they did this, and it wasn't those 2 names, who's the most likely name to be there that would surprise us a little bit?
Man, that's a tough one, especially in this class, because it just really does feel like, like the guys at the top right here are just the edge rushers, and they're pretty significant fall off.
Yeah,
I'll throw in Sonny Styles because I think that
okay.
Like if anybody besides those edge rushers have a chance, it's probably going to be him. So I think he's the only guy at a non-premium position that the NFL views this highly, from what I know right now. So I think Sonny Styles has a shadow of a chance here. I'll throw his name in the ring, but again, I'd be floored to see it be any name other than Reese or Bailey.
Okay, so Drew, are you ready to make your selection?
Yeah, we'll run the Arvell Reese card in just because I think. Like I said, I think it's the most realistic option at this point. Obviously, a very big needed edge rusher. Arvell Reese has said he wants to play edge rusher. NFL teams have said they view him as an edge rusher, not all of them, but we've had a couple of teams say that. And I mean, I believe him to be a potential, franchise-changing edge rusher with a couple of years under his belt. He only had 130, 140 total career pass rusher snaps in college. The ceiling is super high. There's a lot of untapped potential there. So super excited to see that.
Okay, can you do me a favor? On each of these picks, you just said that you would run it up, you'd run the pick in. Can you tell me for every pick you make in this mock draft, where you trade up, trade down, or anything, can you tell me the speed that you're running up to the podium? Are you sprinting? Are you casually jogging? Are you doing a power walk, perhaps? Are you moonwalking? Like, for each of these, I'd like to know the speed, because that's going to sort of show me the passion that you feel for each of these. Like, maybe I tepidly sort of meander to the podium. Like, there's a lot of ways to get from A to B. So this one, if you had to categorize speed, it would be.
Yep. With Reese, I mean, you knew you were going to have this pick. We knew Mendoza was going 1 for forever, so there wasn't really a lot of pressure on this pick. But you're still really excited to get Arvell Reese. So we'll go with just a slightly above calm walk, brisk pace going up to the podium.
Like a Mac Jones level power walk when he got drafted and he sort of worked his way up there. Is it that level of speed?
Yeah, that feels like a good speed.
Okay, all right, very nice. All right, hit the chance, people.
We're starting off calm.
I like overall pick. You guys have seen this before, but just because it's expected does not mean it's bad. That's good to me. I like him. Arvell Reese, the Ohio State defender, ends up being the number 2 overall pick in this 3-round mock draft for the New York Jets. All right, again, this will be the only time I do this because of all the gaps between picks, but I'll let you guys know what the hell happened between pick 3 and pick 15. Between the Jets selection. So Sonny Styles, again, apparently was in the conversation for the Jets, but off the board very quickly. Sonny Styles, off-ball linebacker out of Ohio State, went 3rd overall to the Cardinals. Jeremiah Love, the Notre Dame running back, went to the Tennessee Titans. Reuben Bain Jr., the edge rusher out of Miami, went 5th overall to the Giants. David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech, went 6th overall. Francis Mauigoa, the offensive lineman out of Miami, went 7th overall to the Washington Commanders. Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate went 8th overall to the New Orleans Saints. Caleb Downs, a defensive back out of Ohio State, went 9th overall to the Kansas City Chiefs. Mansour Delane, the talented cornerback out of LSU, went to the Cincinnati Bengals. Dylan Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon, went to the Miami Dolphins, 11th overall. Spencer Fano, 12th overall, offensive lineman, Utah. Monroe Freeling, the offensive tackle out of Georgia, went to the Los Angeles Rams. Mekhi Lemon, USC wide receiver to the Baltimore Ravens, 14th overall. And finally, Kenyon Sadiq, a very popular pick. I've been seeing in these mocks, 15th overall out of Oregon, the tight end to the Bucks, which takes us on the board here at 16. What do you want to do, Drew?
So, yeah, this pick's where the trade talks really start, right? Because we've seen, trade up and trade down from this pick in mocks.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand the constant want to trade up, go up and get the flashy thing, 2 first-round picks, pair Arvell Reese with another top 10 pick and go up and be really aggressive. But I think we're kind of being a little bit prisoners of the moment with wanting to do that. It's been very clear. The Jets front office, I've been really impressed with their process throughout this rebuild and the beginning of this rebuild, especially because they very clearly have a long timeline in front of them for what they want to build right here. And it goes beyond, NFL front offices, partly due to just the short shelf life. These guys don't get very many chances. You've got to produce quick or you're going to get canned in this league. So it's really easy to get blinders and be very short-sighted in NFL front offices. And I give the Jets a lot of credit because they've really gone beyond that. Everything has to be here and now. So I think that no team is going to be itching to give up a lot of draft capital to move up in this draft class, just because we've heard the talent level is just generally lower in this class. Like the gap between pick 6 and the gap between pick 30 in this class, I just don't believe to be very big, to be honest with you.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Teams, especially 2027 capital, but even lower capital in this, like day 2 capital in this draft class, this draft class is going to be built in the middle. Teams are not going to be wanting to give up their really valuable picks in this class to jump up when I don't think there's just a ton of value in trading up. Again, unless the team just completely falls in love with some guy. So I think trade ups are going to be pretty scarce in this draft class, if I had to guess as of now. And everybody always wants to trade back, right? Trade back's always the answer. And I will be doing that some in this mock. I'm not going to do no trades and be super boring. But even at 16, again, you have to stay somewhat realistic. I don't really know what teams are going to be jumping up to 16 in the middle of the first round. I just don't know what players are going to be there in real life for there to be that much of a market for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick in the first round, and we're going to save our trades for day 2 in this draft.
Well, 2 things here.
First, recent too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to jump in real quick. 2 things here. If I set this up as a 3-round Jets mock draft that includes trades, but we did no trades, but it could have included trades. That I think that would have totally made the fans feel a certain type of way. By the way, real quick, you said how many trades do you think there's going to be in this first round?
I would be pretty surprised if we see more than 2. I wouldn't be shocked if it's only 1, but I'd be pretty surprised to see more than 2 at this point.
I'm getting an immediate fan response here. Oh, so sorry. Not popular among the
I know.
family. Yeah,
it is. It's not. We always love to see the trades, and hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm
sure.
dead wrong, but I don't see there being. It's always a supply and demand thing. It's also going to impact the capital too, is where there's not as many
That's a good point.
teams trying to trade up, and not as many valuable players to be on the board. Teams are just not going to be getting as much for trading back. So it's going to be a very, very different trade market this year than it normally is.
All right, so back to you at pick 16. What do you want to do?
So yeah, Reese is off the board. I know here I've gone receiver a lot, pretty much every time in all of these mocks. I took Jordan Tyson here last week.
Yep.
But I think I've started to change my tune a little bit here. And again, I don't know if he's going to be here or not. He is a really popular name right now. I'd be pretty surprised to see him fall out of the top half of the first round. But we saw Elijah Vera-Tucker walk in free agency, go to a division rival in the Patriots. I don't know that you can call Gar a hole, but it's definitely not something you feel great about. Opposite of Tippmann. And you have Awava Vega Awane from Penn State, the guard, sitting right here in front of you, widely considered the best offensive line prospect in this class. He is my offensive line one. And he's a guy that I think has a really, really high floor. Like you're going to be able to plug him in day one as a starter. And I don't think you're going to have to worry about him a lot, right? I mean, he is just a complete void for power in the middle right there. Rock solid anchor, incredibly powerful run blocker. Not the most athletic guy in the world, but you're not really drafting him to be a big mover in space kind of guy. I think he is just going to be your rock solid in pass protection and just bulldozer in the run game kind of guard, a guy that you can plug and play and forget about. So Jets really have to set up, their quarterback next year for success. That's what I mean by the whole like more than 1 year kind of view, right? So, and again, same with the Ty Simpson thing. We'll talk about this. So I'm not going to do it at 16. I talked about that before, where I just think if the Jets believe themselves to be high enough on Ty Simpson to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback, I don't think they're going to take the risk on him going between pick 3 and pick 15. If they really believed Ty Simpson to be that caliber of quarterback or somebody they were that invested in, I have a hard time believing they wouldn't do that at 2, but they would do it at 16. So that's kind of my rationale for the non-Ty Simpson first round. We can talk about it more on day 2 if he's there. But
can I throw this in just on this? You've been very consistent in that, and I respect it. Here's my thing, and again, some of these examples you can bring up. Those teams didn't have the choice, right? So, like, I'll bring up New England with Mac Jones, right? So they're picking at 15, I think it was that year. They refused to trade up, but said if he's on the board, we'll take him. But they could have traded up, and they didn't. Now they didn't. They didn't have a number 2 overall pick, so I get that part of the story is much different. But they patiently waited and basically told themselves, if he's there, we'll take him. If he's not, all right, well, we'll go to a different position then. And he fell into their laps. For the Jets, like the Giants last year, they said, we're taking Abdul Carter. We think he's the best player in this draft, but they were obviously in love with Jackson Dart. So, but they still took Abdul Carter. And there's other examples throughout history. Like, could the Jets just say that? And I get everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. But the Jets say, you know what? If he's there at 16, the gods wanted us to have him. And if they didn't, okay, we'll figure it out in 2027. No problem. We have all these paths in front of us. We could go down this path, this path, this path, this path. And they just say to themselves, like they're, it's almost like you're on a diet. And then you see something juicy on it. You're like, oh, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. And then you're sort of going through it in your head about whether or not to commit to that. And you as the Jets say, you go in the room and say, yeah, we love Ty Simpson. At 16, we love Ty Simpson. People can love things at different parts of the draft, willing to take the risk and risk it to get the biscuit. Is that at all a factor? Or are you just convicted, Drew Beatty, that, hey, man, if they really love him, they'll take him at 2?
I mean, it's always possible. I never want to say never in the draft space. It is every year we see the draft, just completely shock us in one way or another. So I'm never going to say never, but it would really surprise me just because the Jets process has been so good. Honestly, it would disappoint me. It would make me second guess how much I believe in the Jets front office right now. Okay. Because I think that's just really bad process, to be honest, where you're like a first round pick and a quarterback is a monumental investment for everybody involved in the front office. I mean, you're pushing your chips all the way in when you spend a first round pick on a quarterback, to me. And I think if you're not convicted enough on a guy to go up and get him with your second overall pick, and you're just, well, if he falls to us, we'll take him. If he falls to us, we'll risk our whole jobs on this guy. So I think if you're gonna make that kind of investment, you got to be a lot more convicted in, if he falls to us, then we'll take him. So that's kind of my rationale there.
Okay.
I might be off base, of course. They could just end up taking him at 16 the whole time and make me look like a complete idiot. So always possible. I don't believe the Jets. I think they're operating on a longer timeline than that right now. Right. That makes sense. Okay. As of right now, I think that Owane is just too good of a prospect to pass up here. He's best player on the board to me. Him and Jermon McCoy are both, but I think guard is much bigger need than corner. So I think you can plug and play that spot where that hole that Elijah Vera Tucker left. Really solidify your offensive line for whoever you bring in to be your guy, the franchise next year. And then we can address some of the other holes on day 2. But yeah, Owane feels like the pick here to me.
Okay, before we punch this pick in, can you let all the people know about Iwane? What do you think he can be at the next level? You said it too, like Arvell Reese. You think he can be like this sort of franchise-changing pass rusher? He has that ability to be that. What does Iwane have the chance to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just this rock solid high floor guard. You can immediately plug in. Rock solid anchor, not ever going to lose through his chest. Power is a huge thing on the interior. Doesn't have leverage issues, which is a huge thing for a guard to me. Guy with a low pad level, low center of gravity. Not the fastest mover in the world. His feet can be a little bit clunky sometimes, but you're not really drafting him to be this in space zone blocker, right? I mean, he's just we'll go in a bar fight and win it. He's that kind of hand fighter. Just incredibly strong. He's going to put people on the ground in the run game. Total bulldozer. Just going to pave the way for you. And yeah, he's a really safe guard prospect to me. I don't feel like there's a lot of risk involved with drafting Owane, and I think that's important where the Jets are in their trajectory right now. So you just get a rock solid, 300+ pound guard prospect that is just a rock on the interior.
One last question, and then we'll punch in the pick. And this has nothing to do with him, quite frankly. I guess a little. So, okay, you say that like he's a safe pick. You just feel really good about his projection of what he was in college to what he could be in the NFL. How much of a safe pick is Arvell Reese in your mind?
That's an interesting discussion because there's a little bit of like different ways you can go with it. At edge rusher, when there's that much projection involved, it's obviously it's not a very safe pick, and you're drafting a guy to play full-time edge who played 140 snaps of full-time edge in his whole college career. Mm-hmm. I feel safe enough betting on the traits, the power that he has at his size, the level of run defender that he is. Those things make me comfortable in his projection. Mm-hmm. If you talk about him just as an overall player, I think that the floor is much higher than he gets credit for, because at worst case, if he doesn't work out at full-time edge, I think he can be a very good linebacker. If things just are not working out, you're 2 years in, and he just can't figure out as an edge rusher, you say, okay, we're just going to cut our losses and move you back to linebacker. I think he can be a high floor, solid starter at linebacker. Now, do you want to draft that at 2? No. But like I said, I think that's the absolute floor. And I have a lot of faith in him, like I said, projecting the traits as an edge rusher. So I feel like there's a lot of risk involved as far as looking at him as an edge prospect. But as a total player overall, I think he has a higher floor than he's given credit for.
Fair enough. All right, let's punch it in, baby. Overall pick in this first round, 3-round mock draft for Drew Beatty. He selects Penn State interior offensive lineman Vega Ioane. Ah, yes, very nice. Let's punch that pick in. We'll keep hearing all the fan responses. That jumps us right to pick 33 overall, the first pick of the second round here for the New York Jets. All right, Drew, what is the thought process? Where are we taking a gander?
Okay, so here we're finally going to pull up the trade block, and you get a stacked board here at the top.
And Ty Simpson's here, I see.
Ty Simpson's on the board. You've got Caleb Lomu, who's generally believed to be a first-round tackle prospect. Emmanuel Pregnon is still here. Casey Concepcion is still here. So going to be a decent trade market for this pick. There's always pick 33 is probably the best pick you can have to be a seller in the draft. It is always the first pick on day 2 is in the highest demand possible, right? Because there's always somebody that falls out of the first round that shocks everybody, and every team is just chomping at the bit to get up there and draft them. So in this case, I think in this scenario, this universe where Ty Simpson doesn't go in the first round, I think that he's probably the guy that teams are really, and Jets are sure to consider that at 33.
Okay.
But again, this is supposed to be a trade back mock. I think this is your prime trade back pick. You're going to get solid value. Now, again, I think fans might be disappointed in the price that I'm going to propose here, being 33rd overall pick. I understand that. But again, we got to understand these are supply and demand things, right? So I just think that this is not going to be the year where you're getting 4 and 5, top 100 picks for a trade back, just because the market is not necessarily there. But again, in this scenario, let's say Ty Simpson's here. You got a QB needy team that passed on him in the first round, and they want to come back up and get him top of the second. So Let's take a look at Pittsburgh. I think it makes a lot of sense for where they are. The team, say they went with receiver at 21, or what, I don't know what they actually did. In
actually,
this
let's
scenario,
see what they did. They went Keldrick Falk.
Right, Keldrick Falk. So they go edge rusher.
Okay.
But they want to come back up and get Ty Simpson to be their, their franchise guy, or at least take a swing on him, at 33. Sure. So you're sitting at 33. They have 53. They have 76.
Yep.
And then I think you get another mid-day 3 pick with this kind of value. So I would propose 33 for 53, 76, and we'll say 161, I think would be pretty fair value.
Yes, this trade will likely be accepted. So that's what you want us to send through?
Do you have 53 selected on there?
I do not. Thank you. Great eyes. Okay, I was going to say, what the hell? That would have been very unfortunate. Your draft would look a lot different, Drew Beatty. That draft would look a lot different indeed. No, thank you.
That feels like solid value to me. I told you this backstage. I'm loosely basing it off of Seattle's trade up from last year, where they went up to 35. Yeah, actually with Titans for 53 and 83. So I felt you're going to get a little bit more than that for this.
Yeah,
being 33 and dropping down a handful of spots further than that, but that feels safe enough to base this off of. So yeah, I think Pittsburgh comes up and gets their quarterback. The Jets pick up, they drop back 20 spots, pick up an extra 3rd round pick. Now you're loaded with 3 day 2 picks, and you get an extra mid-day 3 pick. I think it makes a lot of sense for both sides.
Yeah, I will just say this. Again, we're going to pull the trigger on this and see if it goes through here for Pittsburgh. I would just say, if I'm the Jets and I trade back this far, you better give me your firstborn child, because 33, and especially if Ty Simpson's there, so there should be some extra juice for quarterback too. Give me something in 2027. I'm fighting for some extra of that, and some stuff here where you're obviously in this scenario, you'd be picking up a 3rd. Jets don't have a 3rd. I like that. You swap 2nd, so you still have a 2nd. Yeah, another 2nd, I guess, because they have 44 obviously as well. So yeah, that would all be in my ethos of if I'm dropping back 20 spots, which we would be here in the 2nd round, I'd be fighting for a little bit more. But you know what? Here, I still think you're getting a 3rd, which is what a lot of Jet fans are hungry for. So okay, let's pull the trigger again. We're going to attempt this. It has a 92% chance of being accepted. So do you feel lucky, Drew Beatty?
I hope so. Well, I guess we'll see.
All right, there you go. If we get rejected, that's
I'd really throw a wrench in this if the 8% comes through.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. So first off, I guess let's hit the music. All right, let's see if Roger Goodell is chasing us up to the podium. So let's offer the trade. It was accepted. There you go.
There we go.
All right, so 33 overall goes to the Steelers. In exchange, the Jets receive 53 overall, 76 overall, and 161 overall. So very nice. Let's resume the draft. And they did move up for Ty Simpson, Drew Beatty. That was the selection there for them as well. And a lot of names fell off the board here. But we're at 44. We will save the Pittsburgh pick because, of course, that's after their other 2nd round pick that they already have. So now what's the play here, Drew Beatty?
So here, your biggest need is pretty clearly still receiver. To me, that's something we didn't address in the 1st round. And you got to get a number 2 opposite of Garrett Wilson for whoever you bring in to play quarterback. And Chris Bell going 2 spots before this is kind of tough. I would have loved a Chris Bell in the spot from Louisville. Yeah. Jeremy Bernard is sitting there at the top of the board from Alabama. I know he's a popular pick. I talked about him briefly last week on our receiver breakdown episode. He's a guy that I see much more as a mid-day 3 player. I can't really get there in the top 50 2nd round hype. So, I'm trying to make these as predictive as I can, and he's going to go a lot higher than I have him.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time seeing a team take a bet in the top 50 on a guy with that lack of traits. He's just really lacks the explosiveness I think you need in a top 50 pick at receiver. The other guys I see that I expect to go in this range, Zachariah Branch from Georgia down there at the bottom of the board. He's a guy that's been flying up draft boards. We've seen, Mel Kiper have him as a 1st round prospect for a while.
Yeah.
More of a guy that I see as an early day 3 kind of gadget guy, but he's very clearly going to go in this range.
Jet fans are a little burned, by the way. They took a Georgia receiver, Arian Smith, last year, and that was a little spotty. I just want to say this at the beginning that it's inherently unfair just to say, "Oh, Arian Smith," because he has nothing to do with whoever this guy is, or Vernon Golston to Arvell Reese, or Christian Hackenberg to Drew Raller, but Jet fans are burned from yesteryear. So every time, scout the player, not the helmet, but it's hard not to see the helmet sometimes when you're taking some of these guys. But go ahead. You said
you get burned on some guys. It's
for sure.
It's hard not to.
For sure. Yeah. But who's
but the
staring
one
you in
guy
the
just staring me in the face,
Yeah.
another one I talked about last week, my favorite player probably in the whole draft class, and that's Tennessee receiver Chris Brazzell. He is
Ooh, okay.
sitting there at 44. I think you need a guy opposite of Garrett Wilson. And, like I said, Wilson is a guy that can play all three receiver spots. He can play your X. You feel good about that. He can play your Z, play him in your slot. So you can really pair him with whatever kind of receiver you want. But I think if you pair him with a guy like Chris Brazzell, that is your true blue blood, prototypical X receiver, you have a really fun boundary receiver room with Chris Brazzell is your X and Wilson is your Z. Chris Brazzell, 6'4", 200 pounds, really high octane athlete. I mean, he's a 4.3 flat at the 40, but I think he's just as that fast, if not faster, on tape. But what makes him so special to me is being that size and moving that fast, but how quickly he decelerates, and how quickly he gets from 60 to 0, as well as how fast he gets from 0 to 60. It just makes him an elite separator. He's a weapon at the catch point, being 6'4", knows how to attack the ball and really box out smaller defenders. Doesn't give you much after the catch, which I know is important to a lot of people. I don't really value that super highly in my receiver evaluation. So I can kind of take or leave that. But with how big he is, the traits he has, how good of a separator he is, like I said, your prototypical X receiver to play on the boundary. I think he makes a lot of sense to pair with Garrett Wilson, and you have a really fun receiver room going into next year when you look to add a quarterback.
What can he be at the NFL level?
I gotta walk a tight line here because I'm dangerously high on Chris Brazzell, so I don't want to throw out anything too crazy.
Don't do anything too crazy, but he's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, he's the 9th overall player on my board right now, and you're getting him at 44, and I'm way above consensus. But he's my wide receiver 2 in this class behind Cornell Tate. So I think he can be a true wide receiver 1 caliber player at the NFL level. I really do. So I think the chance to pair him with a guy who's already one of the best in football in Garrett Wilson, and then, like I said, you solidified your offensive line with Awane. This is the dream scenario to throw in a rookie quarterback to next year to me. So, and like I said, you have 2 guys who I believe to be wide receiver 1 caliber players, but also the skill sets just mesh so well in the receiver room to me. And then you throw in Adonai Mitchell as your wide receiver 3, who I was ridiculously high on when he came out. He was another guy that I had way above consensus. So the Jets, would have pretty comfortably my favorite receiver room in the league with a Chris Brazzell, Garrett Wilson, and Adonai Mitchell trio. But I think you're just loaded offensively on the boundary if you add him.
Okay, Drew Beatty. Well, after that sterling review, we have no other choice. Pick in the second round, the New York Jets select Tennessee wide receiver Chris Brazzell II. Punch that ticket in, baby. The Jets don't have to wait that long because they're back on the clock at 53 from the savvy trade from one Drew Beatty to move back from 33. The Jets are back on the clock in the second round here. And where are we looking, Drew Beatty?
Yeah, here I think you're looking for linebacker is still one of the bigger needs. You look at me, obviously you went and got some guys in free agency. You feel better about everywhere on the defense, really, besides edge rusher, which we already addressed with Arvell Reese. I think you feel better about the hole being plugged.
Okay.
But, Jake Golday is really staring me in the face here. Him and Josiah Trotter are 2 guys that I really, really like, both top 50 players for me. Javian Sherwood did not have the year you wanted out of him last year, so it's starting to look like he's kind of on the decline, and you really need to plan for life after him. And then obviously, DeMario Davis is a couple, if not 1 year removed from retirement. So you're really got to plan for the future at linebacker here. This is a really stacked linebacker class. If there's a class to invest and grab a linebacker to plan for the future here, it's this class. This is the best linebacker class we've seen in years to me. Like I said, I love Golday and Trotter, both as players. I think Golday makes a lot of sense here. He is a guy, at Cincinnati, really, really fun player in coverage. He's a guy that gives you a coverage skill set you really don't have in the room right now. Very athletic, very rangy, can hang in man and zone coverage. But he's also not a liability in the run, like I believe some of the other coverage linebackers to be in this class. He's a guy that can have some pop in his hands, can go up and take on a first-level blocker. He can shed. Just a very well-rounded linebacker prospect. He's a guy that I think is going to go a lot higher than people realize. But Jake Golday feels like a perfect fit to this linebacker room, and he can really be the linebacker of the future once Sherwood and Davis end up a thing of the past.
Maybe you said this already with earlier in the Ty Simpson chatter, but do you consider it, especially this trade down scenario, is quarterback at all in the ethos for you to take one of those guys? Or if you're not taking one of them at the top, you're waiting to a significantly later point in the draft before you dip your toes in the water?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we get to the third round, it's a more interesting conversation. There's a
Okay.
couple of guys
Okay.
that I might consider like a third
Okay.
round, late day 2 dart throw on. I'm not I wouldn't bet on it. I'm a pretty big believer in like either you take a quarterback at the top of the draft that you're really
Mm-hmm.
convicted in, or you just wait and take a late round flyer on him. I'm not really a big middle of the draft quarterback guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see who's on the board,
Okay.
in the 70s. But here, I really like linebacker. Again,
Okay.
I personally have Trotter higher. I'm super high on Trotter. He's a top 25 player on my board, I think.
Mm.
But I'm trying to stay predictive with these. I think we'll see Golday go before Trotter, just because I think he's much more of a coverage fit than Trotter
Okay.
is. But like I said, very well rounded. Makes a lot of sense to be kind of the guy of the future in this linebacker room to me.
Hit the chimes, baby. With the 53rd overall pick of the second round, this was from a trade down that Drew Beatty pulled off for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The New York Jets select Cincinnati linebacker Jake Golday here with the 53rd overall pick. Punch that ticket in, baby. But no, the draft is not over. Because of that trade down, the Jets are back on the clock in the third round. They don't have a third round pick normally, Hassan Reddick, you bastard. But they do now because Drew Beatty did some expert trading around. So you're once again back on the clock here, Drew. What is part of the ethos?
So here we're really, like I said, I think you plugged all of your like major holes, all of the places you have to devote resources. Now you can kind of sit back and look at the board a little bit more relaxed and go that whole best player available that everybody loves to talk about so much. I think you're still looking just positions you'd like to fill, maybe corner you keep an eye on, maybe safety too. You'd like to plan for the future at safety. You got Minka in, obviously, but no real long-term pieces at safety in the room to me. So that would be the first place I look because, again, very, very strong safety class. And I think this is, again, if there's a year, much like linebacker, where you want to invest in that room, and while you have, yes, some fun veterans in the room right now, might be a place you want to devote some resources in the future. And man, another guy staring me in the face right now is Bud Clark from TCU. And again, I'm a big Genesis Smith guy, but I think we see Bud Clark go before him, just trying to stay more realistic.
Of course.
Bud Clark is like your prototypical ball hawk in this class. I mean, he's a guy that was ultra productive from an interception standpoint over the past 2 years. But he has just got a sixth sense for where the ball is going to be. The instincts and his ability to read quarterbacks' eyes and just clog pass lanes is really, really impressive. I think he's a high caliber athlete. Surprisingly effective in the run. Like he can come up and he's more stopping power than you'd guess for a run or for a more of a coverage kind of guy. He's going to be more your like prototypical single high safety. Just put him back there and let him be a robber, right? Let him just float around the whole backfield, cover the whole thing. So I really like Bud Clark, and I think a lot of Jets fans, including you, I know you're a Notre Dame guy, were pretty salty about missing out on Xavier Watts last year. Bud Clark is this year's Xavier Watt to me. He fits the exact same kind of mold that he does. They're both going to be that rangy, true free safety ball hawk kind of guy. So if we go safety here, I really like the option of adding Bud Clark. I think he makes a lot of sense there. We'll check out quarterback just to see,
Okay.
I want to do my research here before I commit to one, having a third round pick. I don't want to burn it too quickly, but
sure. Here we go. It looks like basically everyone's on the board. I guess the only two were Ty Simpson, it looks like, and Fernando. I think everyone else is still here.
Right. So, I mean, the two at the top are going to be the two that everybody talks about, the Drew Allers, the Garrett Nussmeyers. And I'm still very much a believer in Garrett Nussmeier. I've said it before. I think that I'm a very cerebral evaluator when it comes to quarterbacks. I look at the mental traits as well as the physical traits, maybe if not more. And Nussmeier to me is right there with Ty Simpson as the two best processors in this class. They are the two guys that I think have been asked to do the most mentally in college. And I think they rose to the occasion. Now, I was super high on Nussmeier in 24. Obviously, 25 didn't go as well as everybody wanted it to. I think a lot of that was due to the injury, and you've got to be concerned with that frame, right? He's 6'1", sub 200 pounds. He's a guy that has the frame to get banged up a lot. So the injuries factor into that. And then Drew Aller, I'm just totally out on the top 100 Drew Aller hype. we've been fooled by this too many times. Does he have, a truly elite arm? Yes, he does. But you got to have more than just the physical tools to me. I just don't think Drew Eller has it there, yet, not mentally, at least.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that if he's there on day 3, I like that flyer a lot more. I'm just not really there to invest a top 100 pick on him. So if it was going to be somebody, it'd probably be Nussmeier, but I think the Jets, again, they're on a longer timeline than this. You need to avoid the we need a quarterback, so throw a top 100 pick. Top 100 picks are a little bit too valuable to be just throwing them out on flyers like that. You got to be more convicted than that to me. So I'm gonna pass on the quarterbacks here. And like I said, we're just really going to plan for 2027. And I know everybody hates kicking the can down the road, but there's a difference between kicking the can down the road and planning for the future. And I think the Jets front office very clearly has a multi-year plan for this thing. And you're setting yourself up for success a lot with this draft. And you're going to have an easy situation for a quarterback next year.
So, Drew, you're saying patience is a virtue for Jet fans. And that's a hard thing to tell Jet fans who have been missing the playoffs.
I know that's hard to hear,
straight years. But that's the message.
That is. And, I'm not going to be one of these guys that just sits here and tells you, oh, well, the next year's quarterback class, right? We don't really know what 27's quarterback class is going to be. But we do know what this year's quarterback class is. At least we think we do as of right now. And I just don't feel super comfortable taking that shot with any of the Jets picks right now.
Sure.
So just wait and see where you are next year.
Okay.
I'll, I have a hard time wanting to look at more positions when Bud Clark's sitting there. We'll scroll down the board a little bit. Kyle Lewis out of Pittsburgh is another guy that I really like. I know we already took a linebacker. He is more of a guy that can be kind of a safety big nickel to me at the next level. He is, only 220 pounds, super athletic, pure coverage guy. He's a leading coverage. So he's a guy that I think is a much more, versatile chess piece than just a linebacker like Golday was. So he tempts me a little bit. I'm a big fan of him. Chandler Rivers is a cornerback that I love in this range. On the smaller end, only 5'9", but just glue in man coverage. Really fun instincts in zone coverage. He's a very well-rounded guy. A lot of people see him more as a nickel because of the size. I think he can play on the boundary. I've kind of changed my process a little bit there. I don't love just throwing guys in the slot because they're smaller. I think especially if they're not the best run defenders in the world. So I think those pure coverage guys deserve more of a chance to play on the outside. But nobody's really jumping out.
Can I ask you one more question about a position?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. This one I'm sure a lot of Jet fans are curious about, but we normally don't have this pick, so we're not normally swimming in these waters. So this is new waters for Jet fans if they haven't done these kind of mock drafts. What about center? I just peeked down the board and I pulled up Mel Kiper's positional rankings. It looks like every center is still on the board. I'm seeing there's obviously Connor Lew here. There's Jake Slaughter. There's Sam Hecht. There's Logan Jones, it appears. Brian Parker the second, then obviously go all the way down. It looks like every center that is ranked of anything is still here. What is the center class like? We probably haven't done a full center episode with you. So, is center at all a consideration here? Because we have Josh Myers, and he's fine. But I think a lot of Jet fans think we can upgrade over him, or at least have him compete with a rookie to try to see who's going to win that starting job. Are any of these guys worthy here in the third round?
Yeah, that's firmly in contention. And I think the third round is where the center class starts to me. I wouldn't take a center before that. But I saw him higher, somewhere on the board here. Sam Hecht out of Kansas State is my top center in this draft class. He's a guy that I really, really like. Younger player, but he plays like he is, much older than that. Very, very technically advanced. Already looks like a veteran. Super athletic. Gets out in space and moves well. Connor Lew out of Auburn was on the board higher up. He is kind of generally the consensus center one right now. And he obviously had the ACL tear midseason, so he's going to be kind of a late bloomer. But
Mel Kiper is Jake Slaughter number one, so I guess everyone's sort of.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that yet. The center class it's a much more like kind of mid-round heavy center class. There's nobody you're going to see go in the top 50. I don't think it's center in this class, but there's a lot of great options on day 2, and there will be on day 3 as well.
Okay.
So Connor Lew, he was a guy that I was lower on even pre-ACL tear, and then you add in the injury fact and the fact he's not even going to be there until midseason. So I'm a little bit lower on Connor Lew. Okay. If I took a guy, it'd probably be Hecht. But again, I don't think that you're really going to find a big enough upgrade to what Myers is to devote a top, basically top 75 pick into that here. So I can come back to safety. I think you need to plan for the future and get a guy behind Minka and the rest of your safety room. Bud Clark is the guy that really jumps out and fits the skill set that they need to me. So I'm gonna again briskly walk the TCU safety Bud Clark card up to the podium.
Thank you for that speed. Getting back to that, I really appreciate that. And hell,
I forgot to mention that. I was sprinting full-on Usain Bolt sprint, Chris Brazzell up to the podium.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I know we lost that. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but now that it's good to make up the difference, because I figured in my head, I'm like, wow, that's got to be a record-breaking, scintillating pace. I would have imagined for Chris how you just talked about him. So put him on the clock here, and I love it. So yeah, let's punch this pick in. Since your picks last year, this seems like a marriage made in the godforsaken heaven. So this is terrific. So with the 76 overall pick, which again was acquired via trade down here in the third round, the New York Jets don't normally have a third round pick. Hassan Reddick, you bastard. So instead, we'll take Bud Clark here, safety TCU, because of that third round pick that Drew Beatty acquired in this mock draft, which will wrap up this 3-round mock draft. We'll bring up the grades here in just a second, Drew, and let you sort of review your homework of what you just did. Hey, apparently you did a few things. I feel like I'm playing a PlayStation video game. I just heard we won a few awards for your draft, so I don't know what that means, but some like a
PFF doesn't usually like mine, so that's interesting.
Okay, so see, that's got to be a good sign. Although, boy, they did not like your Bud Clark pick, I'm saying. So, okay, I guess we'll take that for what you will. I know how hard you take these grades when you receive them from the overlords at Pro Football Focus. All right, let's hide the scrolling ticker for a second. We'll get back to the raffle a little bit later in the program so we can see the grade. Yeah, C+ grade. They give you an F for Bud Clark.
Wow.
76 overall. Like, Jesus, that's incredibly harsh. So
a C+ for Awane. Wow.
They're
tough graders over there at PFF.
Apparently, like, here's the one I don't understand, and this is the biggest complaint from fans. How is Arvell Reese a B-? Like, what?
I know.
What else could they have done? Like, okay, if PFF, we wanted Fernando Mendoza too. He wasn't available, man. So, like, I just feel like the grading system should be like who is available, not like punishing us for not having the ability to take a player who wasn't on the board. I just don't understand that. So yeah, very, very harsh. Arvell Reese, for audio only listeners, Arvell Reese B-, Ioane C+, Chris Brazzell B-, Jake Golday C, and then F for Bud Clark. Good Lord, that's just a straight. Like, yeah, that's how do you not take that as a personal affront? How is that not insulting? So C+ coming through here. Drew, you look over this entire board. We allowed you to have trades. You made one, a significant one at 33 to trade back, get that third rounder plus a fifth rounder, which it's a 3-round mock draft. So you'll have to use your imagination for whatever that pick would have been. But here's the haul. You get to see the whole thing now, and a lot of defense, and boy, did they need it. But there is some offensive splash here too.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to me, I view all 5 of these guys as immediate impact starters. I think they can be. But again, it's a testament to what the Jets front office did in free agency, that Golday and Bud Clark can both be guys that get to sit and learn for a little bit. They can be more rotational guys while they get reps and get their feet under them, right, as rookies. And they can come in and really be plans for the future. But the first 3, I mean, Arvell Reese comes in and is your immediate high-impact edge rusher. You plug the guard spot that Elijah Tucker left open immediately with Awane, and I think he's your starter for the next 2 contracts plus. Chris Brazzell, I've already talked ad nauseum about him. I won't talk about his ears off again, but just immediate starter X to me. Wide receiver 1 potential. I love him. My favorite player in this class. So you pair him with Garrett Wilson. The offense to me is in a great spot. Would you like to upgrade center still? Yes, but again, tough center market this year. There were a lot of teams that needed center. The free agent market was a bloodbath for centers.
Oh, God.
Just not the strongest draft class at the top to me with center. So I think that your offense is in a great spot overall. It's in a really good spot to take on a quarterback next year and foster whatever veteran, whether it's Geno or whoever you end up starting this year. And then you have, Golday and Bud Clark to be kind of your future developmental pieces at safety linebacker to put your defense in a better spot. So I feel good about this overall. It's fun to have some more picks to have some fun with on day 2. So fun to have some trade back.
100%. So thank you, Drew. Again, we'll be putting this on social media after the show. And whatever your most recent one was the most championed one you have received this entire cycle.
People loved the last one. That was a nice change of pace.
Yeah. So I don't know if immediate hate is coming for this one. I don't know if that's sort of how the pendulum swings, but nonetheless, terrific. So Drew, thank you. We just talked about it before the show. 3 shows left, bud. That's it. Well, then we'll have the grades after. So I guess technically 4 shows, but 3 pre-draft shows left. That's it. Yeah. So can't wait, pal. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's crazy that we're already here almost. It feels long, but at the same time, like it was yesterday when the whole thing started. So
yeah. Beautiful. Drew, real quick, a plug for your public draft board before we get out of here.
Yeah, I'm hoping to have a top 100 out soon. I'm shooting for by Easter, so I think I'm on pace to get there. I have my top 50 out from a couple weeks ago, but I'm planning to have my top 100 board out soon. You can find that all at Iron City Film on Twitter/X right there. So you can find all my published work over there, my written stuff, my just talking ball on Twitter. Yeah, my board will be up there hopefully soon if I can get the rest of that done. Yeah, you can find everything right there.
Thanks, Drew. Appreciate you. Love you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
There he is, Drew Beatty, joining us here on the program. Folks, shout out to Drew. Terrific. And we'll have Drew back again for 3 more pre-draft shows. And then we'll have a grade show after it. He will give us his honest feedback on what the Jets ended up doing after the draft. Folks, I've set a goal on YouTube. You can do that, apparently. I don't know all this hip new lingo all you kids can do out there. But there's a goal. If we get 5 super chats of any level, any color, anything, we will replay the brand spanking new, fresh out of the package Boy Green intro here on the show. And again, if you guys want to send in a super chat, hit that little money sign, and you can super chat any level whatsoever. Any level. It doesn't matter how expensive or how cheap the price, whatever it is. If you guys send in 5 super chats, we will replay the intro from this morning. It's a brand new era of the Boy Green Daily. And wow, Gator did an awesome job. That was cool. It was great to see some easy representation in there. Hap made it into the intro. He had, and I will just tell you this real quick on the intro. Gator had full creative control. There's a few things I suggested, but I just sort of said go to town. And he texted me this when I got it last night, and I said, "Wow!" Like he even said it before I had a chance to say it. It wasn't what I expected at all, but I loved it. It's new, it's fresh, it's different. So wonderful job. That was beautiful. So again, we have a couple hundred people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video. That's a free thing to do here on YouTube. We appreciate that. And also hit that subscribe button, baby. Let me see. I think we're getting closer and closer here to another friggin' milestone, which is terrific here on the channel. Hell to the yeah. Where are we at here? Let me see. Let me take a quick peek ski. Yes, we're 3 subscribers away from 8,530. So let's ride. We keep hitting new milestones, baby, here on the program. We'll also open up the phone lines here in just a few minutes. Let me look up some more of your guys' comments. Good morning to Sharon. Great to see Sharon in here. Love it. All right, Devin is saying, play it again, baby. A member for 9 months. We'll count that towards it. We're 4 super chats or member shout-outs away from the intro, baby. So again, if you want to super chat it in, say it. Devin, aka 04 Jets fan, member for 9 months, says play it again on the intro. There you go, baby. All right, we're 4 super chats away, people. We're 4 super chats away. Let's hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna, for this 9-month shout-out. Yeah, sure. Oh, we're in a new location now. Let me flip that one over here. Oh, here we go. Wow. Thank you, Devin, for being a member for 9 months. Appreciate that. We are now 4 of those super chats away. 100%. Terrific. Let's answer some of your comments. Daniel Holcomb, this dude crazy. I'm not sure if you're talking about me or Drew Beatty, but either way, thank you. Love it. We're now 3 away, baby, because Uncle Indy just jumped in. Wow. Member for 15 months on the channel. Yes, the brand new intro that came out this morning. Had a lot of Boy Green Coffee Club member inclusion, which I loved. I thought that was a cool part. I told this to Gator last night. I said, I love that you put in so much work into this and well worth the money. And I just said, man, it's cool how much time this is. I told him this exact phrasing. This isn't a corporate intro. You didn't just bang this out. Geez, here's my 10th intro I got to bang out. Like there's a lot of TLC. There's a lot of love in the intro and special care and attention. And I truly appreciate that. So shout out to Uncle Andy. He's been a member on this channel for 15 months. And he says, love all the Coffee Club members that are in the brand new intro. So we are now 3 super chats away or member shout outs away from replaying that intro here on Boy Green Daily. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that little money sign. And again, any level of super chat, whether it's a member shout out like it was for Indy or Devin, or you guys use a money super chat, either one will work. Incel Lon says, I still think Muji has a trade lined up for a receiver. It's too obvious he's done nothing yet for the position. He's just been so clean at everything else. that it does seem hard to believe that he would just like walk into the draft with nothing, unless he has, to your point, intel on something set up. I don't know. I've written a couple of pieces. You guys will see it in YouTube Shorts. I've explored the wide receiver trade market a little bit with names that have been mentioned, and I get into contracts and statistics and things of that nature. Another one dropped this morning on Quentin Johnston of the LA Chargers as a potential name, and I like that one a lot. The more I sort of dug into that, I like that one a lot. We got a super chat coming in from Troy Sturgis, baby. Let's go.
Wow.
We're two super chats away from playing the new intro. Troy Sturgis with a $2 super chat, and this gets added, of course, to your raffle total. Love the new intro. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. I love it as well. Man, there's a cool factor. It's new. It's a different era. That part's really fun. Which, again, fun is really what we want to have, and this will be planned for basically the next year plus. So this is great. All right, Troy, we've added that to your super chat totals. So beautiful. Let's go. All right, beautiful. All right, we are 2 super chats away, folks. Two. From replaying that intro here on the program. Let's friggin' go. I'll answer some of your comments here, and then we'll replay that intro. Yeah, but Intel Alon, I agree. He has to have something set up, I would think. Good morning to Sharon. I got Old Yank in here. NC Green. EZ says it hit the like button, baby. That's a free way to contribute to the show. EZ's got to love the new intro. He's in it. Yeah, so good for him. That was a nice surprise. Intel Alon says, we've been doing mocks since October. Yeah, a lot of people, I'm sure, are toast with mocks. Not me. I really enjoy the process. So, I'm not sick of them, but I will enjoy when the draft is actually here. Obviously, that'll be a lot of fun. What a proper reaction here. Taylor Sterling says, love the trade, hate half the picks. Golday was a great grab. Yeah, or Galday was a great grab. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, again, everyone can have their opinion, which is totally copacetic for what you decide to do. Yeah, we were about 3 weeks out. Let me see. So today's the 30th. So we've got the 6th, the 13th, the 20th. Yeah, so we'll be 21, 22, 23, 24. We're 24 days away. So 3 weeks and change. 24 days away, it looks like, from the old NFL draft. Yeah, is where we're at right now. Oh, baby. Okay, a super chat from Jake Asman.
Wow.
They're just one super chat away. The next super chat, we will replay the brand new Boy Green intro that Gator made last night. We will replay it here on the show. A shout out to Jake Asman, baby. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, that away, Jake Asman. That away. Appreciate you sending that along. That is your 11th raffle ticket so far this month. Boy Green on a Monday morning in late March. It feels good, Jake Asman. It feels real good. Real good indeed. There we go. One super chat away. Let's ride. Yeah. Troy Sturgeon says, I want an intro. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Shout out to Jake Asman here. We're one super chat away. The next super chat, we will hit that intro from the high heavens. Let's ride. Yeah, Hep's awesome. And shout out to Hep. Again, Hep deserves a lot of love. And there it is from EZ.
Wow.
EZ has sent it in. So let's make it official. Folks, in case you missed it on the morning show, okay, and if you missed it on the morning show, by the way, 10th raffle ticket for EZ. If you missed it on the morning show, we have a brand new intro, baby, and it is real, it is spectacular, and it is here. This is the new era of Boy Green Daily.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now.
Wow.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
Ikaw ang gusto ko.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special team, just football with Boy Green. Jake
There you go, baby. A new era. Wait a second. Indy Jets has thrown in a $2 super chat. He says, play it, Paul. Let's get it started. All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
It's nothing but football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, just football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, let's go!
Oh, wow. We have one more we got to send in. That was a $2 super chat from Indy saying, play it, Paul. Get it started. Well, there's one more. It's Craig Mechanics, a member for 7 months. He says, play it. Why not?
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time! To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts now. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily.
It's nothing but football, man.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, just football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, let's go!
There you go, baby. Shout out to Craig Mechanics and everybody involved. And every time I watch it, I notice something different. That's the coolest part. So a big salute there as well. Another intro in the museum of intros. I have all the old ones saved on file, so I can always see them next to each other and everything in between. So there you go. I love this. JJ says, not a fan of the new theme song, but I will always be a fan of the JETS and Boy Green Daily. Let's go. You know, there's a lot of different flavors out there in the universe, but I appreciate you guys for appreciating me. That's the best. And yeah, so Gator did an amazing job. And thank you to Hep. He recorded new music for that, so that's real. And there's some more stuff coming. Gator's doing some other stuff behind the scenes. We'll have a few more other pieces. I'll tease those as we go forward. If you are a member to the channel, either the Boy Green Coffee Club or Espresso Club, you saw that intro last night. You got that video before the public. And EZ loves being a part of the new intro. He's immortalized in intro form. Yeah, gotta love it. So beautiful. Thank you to everybody for supporting. That was a lot of fun. Thank you also to Drew, again, for joining us here on the show. Let's do this. We'll play a quick Hep timeout, and then you know what's up. The phone lines will be open here on the program. We'll also be live coming up at 11 o'clock as well. We'll give you the latest from the NFL annual league meetings. Darren Muji is set to speak today for the Jets. We'll see what he has to say. Of course, Aaron Glenn did a one-on-one interview with NFL Network's Judy Batista, crowning Geno Smith as the quarterback. We could talk about that on the show. Aaron Glenn is set to speak on Tuesday, tomorrow, at 11 o'clock, and we will have you covered with all that. A Hep timeout, and then phone lines.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone,
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green.
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome back to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Appreciate you guys being with us on the program. Got a couple hundred people in the room on the penultimate day of March. Appreciate you guys out there in the audience. The phone lines are open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/ at BoyGreen25. If you want to call in, that's the way to do so. Shout out to the people that enjoy the show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the replay on YouTube, and of course, our audio only listeners of the podcast. No matter where you enjoy Boy Green Daily, we appreciate you. All right, everybody, let's get to those phone lines here, and let's get to the real star of that intro. It's Hep.
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas.
What's going on?
Yeah, good. It's so funny. We had so many versions. We tweaked it down. Like, how many versions have we had of that song, right?
Oh, my goodness. That's true. And
yeah,
think about that. Without you ever playing it, there's that never existed. So again, I pinch myself every time about from the very original version to, again, to your point, who knows where else it could go next? I don't even know. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have a theme each year. Like this year was the rock version. Maybe next year we'll do a country version, reggae.
Right.
We'll do a swing version. Boy Green Day.
Yeah.
Get the big horn section out.
Sure. Oh yeah, that'd be great. All right, so you never know. Great.
So, what did you think of the whole draft process today? Where did you?
Yeah, let's pull it back up here for Drew. Let's take a gander here. So again, Arvell Reese, I'm for. I think he's the guy. I've heard cases for David Bailey, and again, no matter what the Jets do, I will embrace.
Of course.
But I lean towards Reese if I make the pick. Vega, I totally understand. Easy's made a strong case for it of like why just fill your offensive line hole. Yeah, just make it as great as you can. So again, totally understand that. To be honest, I explained it when Drew was on that if I trade back from 33, and again, a second and a third rounder is great, and a fifth rounder is fine too, man, I would probably just, if I could switch out that fifth rounder for something in 2027 or something, like, I don't know. I would just, it just doesn't feel enough to me. I feel like, in other words, I could trade a shorter distance and get the same thing. Like, I feel like I could trade with Cleveland at 39 or somewhere at 42 and still get their second and a third, and then I'm still getting a more quality player. I like Chris Brazzell. He's fine, but I just feel like I don't have to. And Chris, we got at 44 versus 53 against Jake Galday is the one to sort of pick out here. So I don't mind Chris Brazzell, the receiver. That's makes sense. Jake's fine. I prefer other linebackers, but that's fine. And Bud Clark I like. So I'm sorry for PFF who hates his guts apparently. But the overall, I like he hit the right positions: off-ball linebacker, edge rusher, offensive line, wide receiver. Like he doesn't have like a punter on here. Like it makes sense what he decided to do.
Sure, yeah. Well, I don't have much today. I just want to check in on you guys, and I'll see you guys on the rebound.
Thank you. There he is, Hep again, the true star of the show, and we'll have more details to come. Some behind-the-scenes pictures, photos for Coffee Club members and Espresso Club members that'll be coming in the future. So guys, stay tuned for some bonus content. Thank you to Hap and the family for recording stuff as he was putting it all together. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. So love it. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Troy's up next here on the program. What's up, Troy?
Hey, BG.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I like the intro. I give the draft you guys just had, I give that a B plus, solid.
Yeah,
that might be an A minus.
Okay.
The only thing I would have liked to have seen him do was maybe in that third round, or that, what was it, the third round pick we got?
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen maybe an offensive center.
Yeah, me too. That's I didn't know if I was going to be able to push him there, but I just said, hey, let's make it part of the conversation. Every center is still on the board. To get the top center, that's compelling.
Yeah. And also the linebacker, Jake, I forget what his last name.
Yeah, Galday. Yeah.
Okay. Is he going to be a green dot guy? Is he going to be the Davis replacement? Do you think he's got that caliber in him, or is there somebody next year in the draft as far as linebackers that we see that could be possibly that? And did we reach for that linebacker already, picking a linebacker edge guy in Reese?
Yeah, that's a lot of interesting questions there. Jake is listed at 6'4", 239 pounds at the combine. He's got some terrific analytics from the combine. He was the second most productive linebacker. He was top 10 in athletics before. He was ranked as the second best linebacker coming out of the combine based on how he performed. in terms of all the numbers. Right, definitely. And here was the scouting report. I want to read this from Lance Erline. He said, Galday is a big, explosive linebacker with a game best suited for work near the line of scrimmage. He attacks climbing blockers with heavy, aggressive hands, shows the strength to stack, compress gaps, finish with authority. His performance at the point of the attack stands out. He can be a little late diagnosing play design, but needs to work with a more preemptive downhill trigger. He's powerful, elusive as a blitzer, and average in coverage. His traits, explosiveness, field demeanor should make him an early special team standout with the potential to eventually start at Sam or inside linebacker. So it looks like there is a path potentially to being Mike. Maybe he can learn from DeMario for a year or two and take over. So maybe that could be the ultimate play, or, you know, he's still just a part of the linebacker room, just not the main guy. There's paths to both, it appears.
Yeah. And then also, who are the linebackers we got on the squad right now? I know that, what was it, the Marcellus Quarry Ball or
yeah, Marcelino McCurry Ball. We still have him on the roster, so he's a part of the equation. Obviously, we have Demario Davis. Jamie and Sherwood is also obviously in that conversation for now. We'll see if Darren Mucci has anything potentially cooking from that perspective. Some other linebackers that they have. Now, some people are listed at linebacker, but I don't think they are in the true sense of what we're talking about inside. Like Kingsley Enagbari is going to be a pass rusher. You have Kobe King in here. He was the Penn State kid. They got him at the end of the year. So he's part of that. Francisco Mauigoa, obviously, who they drafted. He's part of that conversation, too. And then don't forget Michael Walker was a veteran they brought back. He was sort of a practice squad level guy. They had to call him up a few times at the end of the year. He's a part of that equation as well. So they got a couple of guys in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I got, PG. Good show.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Troy. You're the best, baby. And thank you for the being on the Espresso Club as well. It was great to learn more about you out there in Joplin, Missouri, baby. Yes, the Boy Green Espresso Club. Great show over the weekend for all the Boy Green Espresso Club members in our audience. A very fun show. We have a couple hundred people in the room. Again, folks, a free way to contribute to the show is liking that video. It's right there. Like the video. That help gets this Jet show organically in front of other Jet fans out there in the audience. So make sure you guys continue to do that. Please and thank you. We only have 57 likes on the program, but many more people watching the show. Hit that like button. And also, don't be afraid to subscribe as we spread the gospel of all things Boy Green Daily and all things New York Jets. Hey, baby. Back to the phone lines. Let's go to another star of that intro. It's Easy.
Hey. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Easy? So what'd you make of the intro, man?
Jets shirt today.
I like that. Good hoodie.
Yeah, it was a cool intro. I like it.
Cool.
So did you have a 7 o'clock show this morning?
I did, yeah. So every Monday outside of one, there was one Monday where we gave Drew the week off because of free agency. It felt not indecent. That's not the right word. But
I caught it a little bit late, but I saw the new intro on it, and I was like, oh, shit. Was that intro different from the one that's on now?
No. It's the one that played this morning and the one that just played are the same thing. So it is a new intro. It came out late last night. Gator sent me the final product. And then for Coffee Club members and Espresso Club members, which you are, people could have seen it last night in the video section. But yes, that's a new intro that'll play at the beginning of every show.
Because when I first glanced at it at the early show, I missed the show, so when I came on, it started from the beginning. It looked like it had my emoji playing it, and then it was different when you had this intro.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it is awesome though. It's cool.
It's great. I love it. Thank you for including me. I appreciate that.
Of course,
you didn't have to. Man. There's so many guys. But I guess I contribute to the show, so I appreciate it.
You definitely do, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So I like the fact that he put Vega as 16 pick for offensive lineman, and it's I want to finish the offensive line. I think it's very important, but like I was saying, the most important thing to me is if you do not get that line set before the season starts, you can't plug a hole. Once someone gets hurt or two people get hurt during the season, no one's going to give up anybody with any kind of quality to help you plug your hole. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty much up to us to make it as good and sturdy as we possibly can, especially in a position where people have historically not given up players, in trades. So they just don't like to do it because, the smart teams like we weren't in the past. But the smart teams know without an offensive line, you can't do anything. You can't run, you can't pass, you can't pass block, you can't do shit.
That's
so
true.
yeah, I'm glad. I don't know what's going to happen in this draft. I'm really pretty much sure that Muji has something up his sleeve within the next 3 weeks before the draft, or he's got some things figured out for draft day to get us a wide receiver. And I think he's trading Breece Hall maybe for a wide receiver. I don't know what he's going to do, but it could be something. He's not done.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, there I think we got you. Are you back?
Spot. So
okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Bucci's not finished. He's not done. So
I hope not.
I'm looking forward to it because, I'm looking forward to it because even when Joe D was our GM, he always did shit that was great that we didn't expect. So I'm expecting the unexpected.
That's the best way to do it, I think. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yep. Anyway, have a good one, man.
All right, there he is. EZ, baby, joining us here on the program. Appreciate EZ being here on the program. And again, part of that new intro. So beautiful. And NC Green says, EZ, you've earned your spot in that video. And I want to say this as we're sort of in this space. There's a lot of, and this is a good reminder, again, as a former radio guy and current radio guy, I guess I go to the radio station several times a week. People contribute in a lot of different ways. There are people that call into the show all the time, and I love them. EZs, Heps. I'm going to miss people if I keep going, but there's people that call in every day or all the time, and they're okay, cool. There are people that are in the comments every day. NY Jets fandom is a great example. Who doesn't call into the show? He's just always in the comments. I love that. As a personal shout out. So I love that. There are people like Sharon who comments like on every video. Shout out to Sharon. So there's a lot of different ways to, carve the turkey here. But I just want to say it's cool that we have so many awesome contributors, callers, interactors, tailgaters, everything else. So, Taylor Sterling's always in here in the comment section. There's a ton of people. It's awesome. Let me go to PETA real quick. I see him on YouTube. BG, much love, my G, but you got a Titans fan doing a mock draft for us. I would love to see his Titans mock. I would as well. I'm curious to see. So let's do that on a future episode. But number two, I'm going to be honest. I sort of there's good and bad. Obviously, a Jets fan doing the mock, you should trust, in theory, their analysis of the team. They should know the needs. Like they shouldn't draft a position that is totally off base that makes sense. So that's the good news of having a Jets fan doing it, is that they should know. But, and again, I love going through that process. I would also say, though, it's cool to get an outside perspective, fresh eyes looking at this thing. And he knows what the Jets' needs are, and he assesses it and says what he would do. But he doesn't have any of the emotional baggage that we do for the Jets thing. So to me, that's sort of an interesting process. And shout out to Pop, who is part of that brand new intro that dropped this morning. So hop on, Pop. You're prominently featured. Definitely let us know how you feel about that as well. Phone line open. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. And Tank for Ty is back, baby. I love it. Let's go. Here we go. Membership Tank for Ty. Oh, yeah, baby. Love the love. 6 raffle tickets for our buddy Tank for Ty. Let's see where that raffle ticket just went to here on the program. That went to Taylor Sterling. Ah, yes. We were just talking about Taylor Sterling. We've almost spoke that one into existence. Beautiful. So Tank for Ty, thank you for gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Let's go. Lou B says, let me mock with Boy Green. Let's go. Lou B, we'll do that. We're live right now here on the show if you want to mock with Boy Green. We'll make that happen for you, Lou B. Sure. Let's do a mock draft Monday with Lou B, Super Jets fan. Feel free to call in and we'll make it happen. You can help fix the New York Jets. Let's do it. That'd be beautiful. Let's keep rolling here with your comments. Yeah, Taylor Sterling says, now let's speak the Jets going into the playoffs into existence. Wouldn't that be something? Some playoff action? Us covering the playoffs? Like here on the show? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
Playoffs? Are you talking about the playoffs?
Yes, we are, Grandpa. Yes, we are. Yeah, get some playoff action. Sure, let's go. Indy Jet says, we know what Lou B is going to do. He's going to draft Jeremiah Lovett too. Possibly. That's true. Yeah, that could be on the horizon. Also, like I said, we'll also be live at 11 o'clock reacting to the latest with the NFL annual league meetings. That'll be happening here on the program. Hey, look, Troy Sturgis is back.
Hey, nobody's calling in, so I thought I'd call back in.
Sure,
I had a couple more things that came up.
Okay, yeah.
You're going to the draft, right?
Yes, sir.
So are you going to maybe try to go live? That would be kind of awesome. Maybe have like a hat cam or something.
Yeah,
That
I'm
would
gonna
be
do
cool.
something. Yeah, so here's the thing. We'll see. Nothing's official yet, but there's a chance that I'll be credentialed media for some of the drafts, and I'll let me give you guys some behind the scenes stuff for the draft. So hopefully that'll happen, and hopefully I'll be able to go to there as a fan. And what I'm going to try to do is, if the Jets are on the clock, and the selection is imminent or something, I'll put a recorded camera on me. So whatever the reaction is, I'm sure I'll be with a bunch of Jet fans. We'll record that for all the picks. If the Jets trade up, we'll jump on real quick and either go live or a video to put up and say, oh my goodness, look what the Jets just did. So yes, I'm planning on doing a ton of that kind of content for you guys. I hope that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was even a thing that you could record inside the draft, or I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any rules. I guess I'll get tackled if I'm not allowed to. I guess that's possible. Right. So that could be there.
And what if Geno balls out? I mean, we're going to have a pretty good offensive line. If he balls out and makes a Pro Bowl, are we still picking a quarterback next year?
I think for sure.
First round. I mean, in the first round.
Well, let me not just say for sure. So Geno's 35 or 34 and turns 35, one of the two. I'll double check it. So he's one of those two. And there is a world where Geno balls out. He has a Pro Bowl year and we are borderline playoffs. But the other teams that we control their first round picks suck. And then that's our path to potentially getting a quarterback. So, and even then, that's still an ideal scenario, because if you draft whoever that kid is in 2027, Geno can keep being the bridge until the guy's ready and then pass the sticks when the opportune time is there. So I think that would be a phenomenal result if the Jets ended up there.
And I think it could be a possible situation, because he has, I mean, in the past, he has had Pro Bowler in the past. I believe with Seattle, he was a Pro Bowler.
Twice, yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, it's possible that he does it with this team. I'm hoping he does it with some fresh new faces.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't bother me a bit if he does, maybe extend him a couple of years, and then, like you say, let that QB in the 2027 draft set a couple of years.
Right.
And, unless he's just amazing, But maybe give him a little break and let him sit and learn. I mean, like Love did behind Rodgers. Rodgers did behind Brett Favre, and so on. But anyway, hey, hopefully made some sense here, but I'm off.
100%.
Gotta go.
Thank you, Troy. I appreciate you. And look at Pop on Pop. Take that like button to Pound Town, sending in a $5 super chat. We'll do it for Pop. For the people that love it, great. For the people that don't, I'm so sorry. The new intro featuring Hop on Pop.
Oh my gosh, it's morphin' time. To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Point Green Daily starts now. Point Green Daily, Point Green Daily, Point Green Daily.
It's nothing but football, man.
Point Green Daily, Point Green Daily, Point Green Daily. Offense, defense, special teamwork, Jets football with Point Green. J-E-T-S, Jets,
The free way to contribute is by liking the video, baby. It's liking the video. Make sure you guys like that video. That is the suggestion there from Hop on Pop. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Pop. And by the way, as we're keeping track here, that is 10 raffle tickets to our contest this month. Again, folks, today and tomorrow, the last 2 days to stuff the ballot box. Okay, here are our raffle prizes this month. We have this beautiful 24-ounce Jets tumbler. It has every Jets logo and New York Titans logo and every other logo. You saw a bunch of them on that intro that they have. This is up for grabs. This is one of the prizes. All right, we have a New York Jets old school training camp hoodie. Here we go. All right, there you go. It's got the insignia patch on the side. Very nice. And there you go, the training camp hoodie. Okay, very nice. All right, and then one more here. I've now found it from all my children. Here you go. And thank you, Giants. Here's an old school one. Thank you, Giants. Captain, old Captain America, old Sam Darnold here. Super Bowl quarterback. Not for us, but still Super Bowl quarterback nonetheless. We'll be giving away those 3 beautiful items on the April 1st show later this week. So, guys, any raffle tickets today and tomorrow will go towards that. Then we'll immediately announce our next raffle, which, again, I think you guys are going to like. There's some jerseys, hats, there's some fun stuff over here. We'll work that into the group. All right, without further ado, there was a special request from the audience. So let's dive into the deep end of the pool. We go to the one and only, a guy that is ready to fix the New York Jets. It's Lou B. Ah, yes, with the appropriate sized hat to represent the
BG.
Jets.
Pull it up. Trades.
Okay. Here we go. Okay.
We need to be able to trade, obviously.
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
That
I'll
is
pull
what
that
the
up.
magician will do on the day of the draft.
Okay. Beautiful. So
Right
here
now,
we go.
Channeling the magician.
Okay. Good. We need.
I got him in here.
Okay. Here we go. Let me hit all the buttons. How many rounds do you want to do here, Louis?
Oh, let's do 4.
4 rounds. Okay, there you go. That's
quick.
Okay, yeah, quick. Yeah, I understand.
Decisive.
Okay, decisive. That's key. All right, here we go.
No influence, PG. No influence.
Okay, no influence whatsoever. It's you. Hey, you're running this operation. All I'm doing is throwing this up on the big board. So here you go, folks. I'm throwing this up on the screen so you guys can see this. Here it is. All right, so it's a 4-round mock draft, PFF mock draft simulator, and the draft has officially started. Fernando Mendoza went number 1 overall. Go ahead, Lou.
Go to trade.
Oh, trade. Okay, I thought I knew what you were going to do. Okay,
do what everyone thinks I'm going to do, but go to trade, BG.
Okay, all right. We're on trades. The Titans are interested. Giants, Browns, Saints, Bengals, Dolphins, Cowboys, Rams. Where do you want to go?
Tennessee Titans.
Okay, I have the Titans. All right, what do you want?
We're going to give them pick 2.
Okay.
No, yeah, there we go. We're going to give them 4. We're getting 4.
Yep. Okay.
66 and 101.
Okay, it says that trade will be accepted. You roll it.
Wait. Let's try for a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, sure. There you go. That's the spirit. Okay.
Try for a 3rd rounder in 2027.
Yep, that will be that trade will be 100% accepted. It looks like.
Let's try for that one. See if
okay. Boom! That is officially on the board. So let me hit the music for you. Here we go, baby. Whoa, the magician is cooking. All right, for our audio-only listeners, the New York Jets gave up the number 2 overall pick. They got the number 4 overall pick, the number 66 overall pick, the number 101 overall pick, and a 3rd rounder in 2027. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, there you go. Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles went 2 and 3.
Okay, hold on. The magician picks Jeremiah Love.
There you go.
All the ambulance. Right. Next, let's go.
Okay, beautiful. All right.
Wait, I want to make another trade.
Okay. Oh, I screwed it up. Okay, BG. I should have. I'm going to slow down the speed now because I didn't know what we were cooking here. That's my fault.
BG, this interrupts the guru. I said no influence.
No influence. I know. I should have slowed down the speed. I should have anticipated that you could have made some moves. That's here. I'll reset the board. I can fix this. All right, hang on tight. Let's the magician. Don't let this bother you, magician.
Yeah,
we're totally.
The results are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you were cooking there.
Go back, and now they're going to take Jeremiah Love off the board.
No. They definitely won't do that this time. Yeah, for sure. Definitely not. Okay, we got to fix this. All right, don't worry. I got this.
My one shot.
I know. Maybe, perhaps. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Don't worry. We've got this. This is going to be fine. This is going to be fine. We're definitely good here. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. The machine's going to be great. This is going to work. Don't worry.
love the
Don't worry.
intro,
We're
by
all
the way.
set. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was terrific. So beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and then yeah, okay, all right. So let's just make sure. Okay, beautiful. Okay, okay. Beautiful. Okay, so we've thank God everything is back as it was. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring this back up on the board. Just wanted to make sure we had everything all set. So here you go. Everything I just said still stands. We're just now back. We're back. It's fourth overall for the New York Jets. I think the best thing to do if you want to make another trade is let's bang out the trade right now so you don't lose anything. So you could still keep 4, but whatever trade you also want to do. What other trade do you want to do here, Luby?
All right, we're gonna switch it up, BG. I'm not gonna go with Jeremiah Love again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with David Bailey.
Okay, all right. But do you want to do another trade to move up or no?
Yes, I do. I want to.
Okay.
I want to come up to
Yeah,
7.
okay.
I want to try to trade with Washington.
Okay, all right. I will do that right now. Let's see here. So we can work out that trade while we're on the clock here at 4. Okay, so 7, 16. I assume is what you are swapping.
Who's on the board? First of all, okay. Can we go back to the board?
Yeah, we won't know, so we have to make this decision ahead of time. Just so I don't know if the draft will pause in time, so I don't want to screw it up for you. So we'll make the trade right now for 7.
Let's go with David Bailey. We do need an edge.
Okay, all right. So let's do this. We'll take David Bailey here. Let's hit the chimes. All right, we'll hit draft David Bailey, and we'll hope we can pause it in time for pick 7. So, okay, here we go. David Bailey, Texas Tech edge. Here we go. Okay, come on. Give me the pause button, please. Okay, wait. Okay, all right. We're at 6 right now, but you want 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're at resume. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now we're on 7. You got David Bailey. Unfortunately, Jeremiah Love went 5th overall, and Ruben Bailey went 7th overall. All right. What do you want to do at 7? Okay.
So we want to give them 16.
Okay.
And 44.
Okay.
I don't want to, but I think that's what they're going to take.
Yeah, they said that trade will likely be accepted.
Resume draft, BG.
Okay. Well, do you want that trade?
Yes.
Okay, so offer trade. Here we go. We're officially on the clock. So hit the music, people in the back. All right, the New York Jets have moved up. They're back on the clock at 7. All right, what's on
this is a tough one because Caleb Downs is definitely the guy I would take, but I'm taking Carnell Tate with this pick. So I have just addressed edge and wide receiver.
All right, here we go. The Magician. Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate is the pick at 7th overall. Okay, if you want me to pause it, I'll
have to pause before 33, BG.
Okay, before 33. So like at 32?
Excuse me?
No,
I'm going to go all the way down to 3-3.
Okay, then I'll speed it up and I'll let it jump over. What? You just said you wanted to go to 33.
Okay, so I am absolutely taking, without question, a trade again. So let's go choose on the board.
Okay, all right. Where do you want to go? Okay, it looks like the Titans are interested at 35, Raiders at 36, Giants at 37.
We did a trade with them. I'm not going to try to push my luck with these guys.
Okay, Giants 37.
Let's see who else is on the board, BJ, to trade?
Yeah,
who's the offers?
Oh, yeah. So we got all kinds of players are available. Your boy Ty Simpson's still here.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I'll go slow. Okay. Caleb Banks out of Florida. Peter Woods out of Clemson. Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M. Emmanuel Pregnon, Oregon. Kristen Miller, Georgia. Caleb Lamu, Utah. Lee Hunter. Zion Young. Brandon Cisse.
I think we should trade out of 33.
Okay, let's trade. All right, where do you want to go? You're the boss.
How far can we go back? Tennessee, forget them.
Okay. All right. You have 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
Let's see what the Browns. Let's see the Browns.
Okay. Cleveland Browns. All right. 39. All right. So let's give them 33, 39. All right. What else do you want beyond 39?
Let's go for 70.
Okay. That trade is a 2% chance to be accepted.
All right, go back. 39.
Okay.
And 107.
Okay. That trade will likely be accepted.
Okay, let's try for something in 2027 because we need to
Okay.
go to a 3 for 2027.
Okay. It's a 21% chance to be accepted. Are you feeling risky?
No, I'm not going to take that.
They might. There's a 21% chance they will. Try it.
Move over to 4 for a second, BG.
Okay. All right. That's a 77% chance.
Oh, for that trade, BG.
Okay, here we go. It's accepted. Hit the music, people in the back. Hit the music. Hit the music.
Resume draft, BG.
Okay, here we go. All right, Cleveland moved up, likely for Ty Simpson, and they did. Okay,
that's who they took. I'm sorry, Tank for Ty.
Yeah, Tank for Ty. God rest your soul. I'm so sorry about that. All right, the Jets are about to be back on the clock at 39. Here we go. And we're back. We're back, baby. We're back on the clock. All right, now what?
Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay, make the pick. Let's go. Hit the chimes. All right, Texas Tech linebacker Jacob Rodriguez with the 39th overall pick. Draft. Okay, here we go.
Because Sherwood's out the door soon, so
that's true.
We needed to handle that.
Okay, let me see.
What do we got, BG?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. Oh, third round. So our next pick is 66. Jump to there?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Speed.
I'm not good enough to trade this deep.
Okay, we're at 66. All right, now what's the play here?
So what are we missing here, BG? We addressed wide receiver a little bit.
Yeah, so you took David Bailey, so pass rusher done. Carnell Tate. Oh yeah, quarterback, sure. All right. You got everyone but Ty Simpson and Fernando Mendoza. Everyone else is there.
So they could drop a little bit later than this.
They could, yeah.
All right, so let's get out of there.
Okay, all right. Here we go. So you got off-ball linebacker, pass rusher, and wide receiver so far. Corner. Okay, not sure. All right, there we go. Okay, got some interesting guys here.
I don't see anyone that stands out to me. Obviously, as we get deeper, this gets harder.
Yeah, definitely.
What about overall?
Okay, let's go overall. A couple of linebackers, edge rusher, corner, wide receiver Antonio Williams is here. Mike Washington, the running back, Big Citrus, Dominique Orange, Elijah Surratt, the wide receiver. A couple of wide receivers I see. Romello Hyde, another pass rusher.
Let's go to center.
Okay, center. Ooh, yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, all the top centers are still on the board.
See, what I don't understand is why Logan Jones isn't higher.
Right, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they have him like as a top 100 pick. Yeah.
We definitely need to address cornerback. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to cornerback.
Okay, sure. Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, anyone on Ohio State.
Sure, that normally works. Yeah.
I would go with him.
Okay. Let's hit the music. Hit it. All right, with the 66th overall pick here in the third round, second pick of the third round, the New York Jets select Ohio State quarterback Davison Igbinosun. They take him. All right, beautiful. I think
I want to go to the line, BG. I want to check the quarterbacks, and I want to go to.
Okay. Yeah, let me see. Do we have any other picks here? Oh, yeah, because this was a four-round mock draft, I believe. So, yes. So we still have our picks. Okay. Just jump to our next pick?
Yes.
Okay, so let's
remember we picked up 2 picks back there.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so this is
has spoken
100%. All right, now we're back at 101 overall. Okay,
I need to see the guards.
Okay, guards. All right, let's see. Okay, we have the Notre Dame kid, Billy Schrouth. You have him. You have Bo Stevens, Jeremiah Wright, DJ Campbell out of Texas.
The centers, because I don't see it.
Yeah, let's see. Center-wise, we got Yeager Burton out of Kentucky. We still have Pat Coogan out of Indiana as the really talented center. Let's see. Parker Brailsford, that's the Alabama kid. Yeah, we got a couple of centers here.
Scroll up, EG.
Yep.
All right. Ranked at 133. Stevens, guard.
Oh yes, Bo Stevens. Okay, beautiful. Let's hit it, people. In the back.
This is not just a random pick. Iowa is very good for building offensive lines.
I agree. So yeah, let's get an Iowa offensive lineman.
Anyone who's out there thinking I'm just picking off
No. Yeah, we don't challenge you, magician. We know that you know what the hell you're doing. All right, the Jets are going to be immediately on the clock here. They have 101, 103, 107. A magician is cooked here. He's got plenty of picks at the top of the 4th round. All right,
Drew Aller time. We just need it. We need a rookie quarterback. It's not going to be my first choice, but I'm going with Drew Aller. He's still on the board. It's a late enough pick. He's not going to get much further than this. I don't think.
Yeah, good point.
Drew Aller.
103 overall, Drew Aller, Penn State quarterback, taken. Boom. All right, there you go. Very nice. Good here. You're right, because look, Arizona immediately took Carson Beck, so we would have lost our quarterback pick. That's why you're the magician. That's why you know what the hell you're doing. All right, 107, we're now on the clock. Now what's the play?
Tight ends.
Ooh, okay. All right, here we go. All right, tight ends. Here we go. We got Michael Trigg, Justin Jolly.
Go down a little bit more because there's a guy named Wright that I'm looking for.
Okay. All right.
There he is.
Oh, I see him. Okay.
Okay, everyone. This is not going to get graded well.
Okay.
But I need to see the wide receivers before we do this, though.
Okay. All right. Of course, magician. Yes. Let's take a gander at the top wide receiver talent that's available in this class. Okay. Yeah, Brennan Thompson, the speedsters in here.
All right.
Jacoby Lane.
I'm done. Jacoby Lane.
Okay. Oh, Jacoby Lane. Here we go. Let's hit it. People in the back. Go. 107 overall, the New York Jets, and magician selects USC wide receiver Jacoby Lane. Very nice. Here we go. Jump to our next pick, magician.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Flop. Let's jump down. Okay, beautiful. Now we're back on the clock at pick 140. I believe this is the final pick of the 4th round. So this is your last shot. Oh my God! And I bet your boy is there. Oh wait, this is overall. Whoops. Let me go back to tight end. Okay.
He's
there
still
he
there.
is.
Wait, but I need to address cornerback.
Okay, corner. Okay, corner.
Yes, it would be very irresponsible of the guru.
Of course. Here you go.
BG.
Interesting.
Trying to think of what college has a really good.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Quite. Yeah. A lot of names here.
I would ask for the audience's help. The thousands of fans that are out there screaming a name, and I can't channel it.
Yeah. Yes. Peeking in the audience.
I have to go with what I know. Go back to tight ends, BG.
Yes, sir. That's the way to do it, magician. Don't question yourself.
I want everyone to understand there is a stud out there. My sleeper of this draft.
Yes.
The guru sleeper is Daquan Wright from Ole Miss. Why do I know this guy? Because I was obsessed with Trinidad Chambliss, watching the games, and this guy is a monster. He should be a Jet. I am selecting, even though it may not get graded well, taking tight end. And I'm sorry, I don't know enough about the depth corners.
That's okay. That's all right.
Daquan Wright, tight end from Ole Miss. He looks like a linebacker, and he catches like a stud.
Yeah. Let me see. I was trying to see, do they have his measurements in here? Oh, yeah. First look. 6'4", 255 pounds a man. There you go. That's how you do it. There you go. Boom. And that is your draft. And we will pull up the grade.
Here we go.
Okay, we'll see, magician. How did you earned an award for your draft? So that's got to be an excellent sign. Yeah. Apparently.
I'm happy.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. I got to zoom out from all the picks you did. Okay. Let me see. Okay. All right. Great.
You got to be quick with it because the draft is fast this year. They took 2 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So it's going to be, you got to move and groove. Okay. So here it is. All right. We're about to bring up the full draft grade, and PFF apparently liked how you were cooking in here. All right. Let's throw this up on the big board. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully this fits all on the screen here. Oh yeah, there you go, baby. And it's hard to see the grade because of the ticker. You got a B+. They loved your David Bailey move, your Cardell Tate move.
Drew get the expert.
Oh yeah, we have his right here. He got a C+. Yeah. Look at you. B+. And look at all that movement.
So let's talk about this for a second, BG.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
We have an edge that is going to sack the shit out of our competition.
That's correct. Yes.
We have a wide receiver that when he goes this way, the defender is like on the floor, and he is the number one receiver in this draft.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a linebacker who creates fumbles in Jacob Rodriguez. He punches the
Yes.
ball out. He's an animal. Today I saw something where they said he was one of the best prospects in the entire draft.
Wow.
We did get a cornerback. I thought we needed to go deeper with that. The Ohio State one, obviously.
Yeah.
He got an A, and I'm going to contribute that to PFF.
A plus, actually. Oh no, A minus. Okay, I overreacted. Sorry, I couldn't see my glasses. Yeah, A minus. Yep.
Okay, so they didn't think we need a guard, but everyone knows as a Jet fan we need another guard.
Yeah,
right.
Screw them.
And
yeah.
Iowa State makes the best
100%
that they are. Right
out of there. Yeah.
We do need a young quarterback in the room, and Drew, if he is taught the right way from Frank and
4th round pick,
right? He's got a cannon arm. He's known not to be a great processor under stress, but maybe they can teach him a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Also, I got a C on the wide receiver because I guess they think that we don't need one. Jacoby Lane is another animal. I don't know if you could pull up the stats on this guy. If you could click on it.
Let me pull it up. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see. Maybe it's not clickable, but I'll pull it up separately.
So I want to talk about Jacoby Lane for a second. In the beginning of the process of the wide receivers, there were some people that had him at like 5 or 6.
Really? Wow.
In the depth. I mean, he's dropped for whatever reason, but this right here on game day, look at this team. We got what we need, BG.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've seen Jacoby Lane here. 99 catches, 1,300 yards.
About that. You guys check out that tape and tell me if that guy's not a Jet. I think I have handled and addressed. I've addressed many needs. We're leaving with Bailey and Tate. Those are 2 blue chips.
100%.
And Jacoby can be as good as Sonny Styles. I know that's a crazy take right there, but Jacoby can be that good. I mean,
Jacob Rodriguez.
Excuse me, Jacob Rodriguez. Excuse me, I'm getting confused here. The guru.
Yeah.
Magician.
You got a lot of thoughts going on in there. We're a few weeks out from the draft. You got a lot cooking, man.
I'm afraid to see what the chat is saying right now.
You're getting praised. See, Dan Hollis says this is a good draft. Johnny Boy. Yeah, Johnny Boy says that you forgot a kicker. That's the only thing he doesn't like. Indy Jets called Daquan Wright.
Johnny Boy. I would have addressed kicker if it was a full draft. We stopped.
That's true, right? This is a 4-round mock. Keep that in mind.
Jets worldwide is incorrect. Now you don't get diapers the day of the draft day. No diapers.
Yep. You've been punished. Yep, that's just how it works. When you challenge a magician incorrectly, you get.
These are all really good players. These are all really good players. I'm not.
Yeah.
The only one that I wasn't really sure about was the cornerback. I don't know shit about him. I totally.
Yeah, but he's from Ohio State. Magician.
That's what I need to know.
Go to the factories. They're pumping these kids.
Parnell, friends.
100%. Oh yeah.
Well, BG, that's my draft. I would be very happy with that. Right. Obviously, I love Jeremiah Love, but I do want to get paid. And obviously, trading. Oh, by the way, everyone.
Yeah.
We have an additional pick, round 3 in 2020 draft. So let's not forget what I've also done here as the guru.
That's a good point. Okay.
We have, and that 3 in 2027 can be used to get our quarterback when we need to move up a little bit.
3 number 1s, a number 2, and 2 number 3s. Wow, that's a lot of ammunition.
Very powerful pick here that you're not seeing the fruits of going with.
That's a good point.
Lube.
That's a good point. Wow. Yeah, this is one of the greatest drafts I've ever seen. I don't care about
it. Is wow. It is. We would be very happy on game day when these jerseys come rolling out. Bailey, Tate, Rodriguez. Oh my God, Jacoby Lane catching like he's a 1A
dynasty. Yeah, wow.
Jacoby Lane's really good, and I'm telling you, everyone, please look at my tight end, Daquan Wright. When you get a chance, I'm gonna find some highlight. He is an animal.
Okay.
But BG, you have a good day. The guru has spoken,
of course,
and B+ because I think I know what the Jets need. I think I know what the Jets need.
You clearly do. Yeah, the magician cooked. Magician, thank you. Wow, thank you very much. And he just joined us here on the program. Wow, we just got mooged. The verb of being magician. Wow. I don't even know what just happened there. Wow. That was real. That was spectacular. Unbelievable. So beautiful job by the Moodster. All right. Well, I can't do any better than that. So we just have to end the show immediately here. I just can't do, there's no way I can top that. So the only way to do it is by immediately getting off the show. So thank you, everyone, for the riveting response to the brand new intro. Apparently, I'm being told there may be some updates coming to the intro. From the man, the myth, the legend. We'll keep you posted on that. Thank you for Tank for Ty for gifting 2 memberships. NC Green, I missed this earlier. Whoa, that's why you do a discount double check, baby. Got lost in the magician action. Whoa. We got to make sure we don't miss this. NC Green with your 13th raffle ticket so far this month. I almost missed it. Oh, dear goodness gracious. So, yeah, we got to make sure we're being careful here. I don't want to miss any membership action here. 1 second. We'll read the new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club here on the program. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let me make sure I get this membership. I know it's right around here somewhere. Here it is. That went to Jay Reeves, 3 Sibs. Hey now, 3 Sibs just got that membership. So thank you, NC Green, baby. Again, 13th raffle ticket so far this month. Thank you very much. You're now tied with Chef Kevin Gilbert. Back in the top 5. Appreciate that, NC Green. Thank you very much. See, that's always why we do a discount double check on these. Thank you, NC Green, for the membership. Tank for Ty for 2 memberships. Hop on Pop with a $5 super chat. Uncle Indy with a $2 super chat. EZ with a $1 super chat. Jake S with a $2 super chat. Troy Sturgis with a $2 super chat. Indy Jets, now a member for 15 months. Devin Chafin, 04 Jets fan, 9 months. And beautiful. Mock you like a hurricane, baby. Mock you like a hurricane. Wow. All right, that was a hell of a mock. Let's go. Unbelievable. Let's ride. All right, everybody. Phenomenal show. Thank you to Drew Beatty again. We'll be sharing his mock draft out on social media, so feel free to yell at it or love it or however you guys feel about it. Again, we'll be back live in about 2 hours for a live show. We'll see when Darren Muji is set to speak. I don't know if it's this morning. I know it's today, but I don't know if it's morning, afternoon. I didn't see the timesheet, so he'll be speaking at some point today. We'll have articles about it. We'll also have YouTube shorts about the biggest takeaways from his conversation. Aaron Glenn speaks tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. We'll, of course, be back for Boy Green Daily tomorrow morning, but we'll be back live again at 11 o'clock, folks. Make sure you're there. Like the video on the way out. Hit subscribe. And on the way out, for the people that enjoy it, here you go. One more time. The brand new era of the Boy Green Daily Show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Oh, my gosh. It's morphin' time. To me, talking New York Jets is my superpower. Boy Green Daily starts